Today's April 10th, and I have another message from the aliens. I'm an interdimensional communicator, which means I can connect with angels and aliens and other interdimensional beings. And today I have a message from alien Enki, who has communicated with us in several messages now. In fact, in late January, I shared a bit of his backstory with you. He gave us some insights into how he became known as the Sumerian god Enki. And as a reminder, here's how he wants us to imagine him, as either alien Enki or God Enki. So yesterday I channeled him in a live session with subscribers on TikTok, and he shared with us that he also shares consciousness with the Egyptian god of wisdom called Thoth, or Thoth is how I say it. Most people say Thoth. They taught me to say Thoth. Some sources will also describe him as a king or a god of Atlantis. And Enki says that's sort of true. He did walk the earth in Atlantis and was honored there, but he wasn't really a king or a god. He's now described as a god, but he says he didn't ask to be worshipped. In fact, when he was describing this to me, I could sort of feel his energetic shrug, I was the alien that came to help them, and they're the ones that turned me into a god, shrug. As I was preparing to channel Enki yesterday, he led me to this book on my bookshelf. Take a look. It's called Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, A Beginner's Guide by Billy Carson. And I asked him if this book was true, because there is another book. It's called The Last Book of Enki. And he already told us that one's 50% true. So I asked him if this one is true enough of the wisdom of Thoth. And he said it's a little more than 50, but not fully. But still, it's worthy of your attention if you're interested in learning more about the tradition, the mythology around the Egyptian/Atlantean god Thoth, as I call him. So yesterday I asked him if there was a passage he wanted me to read from this book, since he brought it to my attention. And at the time I was preparing to go live with subscribers. And he said, yes, there is a passage, and he gave me some markups. I'm going to show you on screen here. See my markups? And then I was all prepared to share it in the live yesterday, but when the time came, I couldn't find the book. I was looking everywhere. Couldn't find it, so it wasn't meant to be shared yesterday. When the live was over, I stood up and I found it under my chair. But it really was meant to be shared with you today. So here's the message from Alien Enki that did not come to me telepathically. It came to me through this book with a bit of editing to reflect what was lost in translation from the multiple times that the source material had been analyzed and translated, but also just a little update for today's languaging. So here's the message from Alien Enki today, an edited version from Tablet 10 of the Emerald Tablets. And Thoth said, "Listen, humans, take of my wisdom. Learn of the deep hidden mysteries of space. Learn of source consciousness that grew in the abyss, bringing order and harmony in space. Know, humans, that all exists because of the source. Know source, and you shall be free, never bound by the fetters of earthly suffering. Know that mystery is only mystery when it is knowledge unknown to humans. When you have plumbed the heart of all mystery, knowledge and wisdom will surely be yours. Seek and learn that source is the secret whereby you may be free of suffering." So what this says to me is just confirmation of when we connect with the highest power we can imagine, and I use the word source. That's why they gave me the word source to put into that message. When we make that connection, there are no limits. That's what inner divinity is all about. So that's what Alien Enki is here to validate and encourage us to do today. And I'd add to that it's additional validation that the aliens have been helping us since the beginning of our existence. They have always been watching us, and they're coming to help us now. Not only are they coming to help us, they're coming back to help us. So that's my message for today. Now, if you're a subscriber, you're going to see me again tomorrow live at noon Eastern. I can't wait to see you then.